name is Audrey Alison. Thanks for joining me for your March 2017 forecast for the month. It's snowing outside. I don't know if you can see it again, but it is super snowing. I'm excited to be here. I'm using the Morgan Greer tarot deck, and I've got this about 2 years ago in New Orleans, but I've just been using it the last 2 months. My alchemical deck is so worn, I'm afraid it's going to break, so I'm giving it a rest. The corners are getting a little bit bent and torn, so I'm using this deck and I'm liking the way it's feeling, and I'm in love with the illustrations. So let's get to the forecast. I'll be shuffling this throughout the astrological portion. Let's start on the 2nd of March with an aspect occurring with your ruling planet. Again, because Jupiter is retrograde through June 9th, it allows for another exact opposition between Uranus in Aries and Jupiter in Libra at 22 degrees each. And this tug of war opposition energy we saw at the end of January, mid to end of January, in the Women's March that occurred all around the world. It was such an expansive Jupiter, overwhelming, abundant Jupiter, spontaneous energy with Uranus, and an unexpected amount of people. So I wrote about that on Instagram and Facebook, so if you're not following me on there, please do so. This opposition occurs for you, Sag, between the 5th house and the 11th house in astrology. Now globally, there will be something occurring on the 2nd, similar to the last opposition. It's unavoidable with this kind of planetary energy. But for a personal level of Sag, this could apply to the relationship with your children and your friendships, or your goals and your romance. There could be a tug of war in your entrepreneurial endeavors, and then your clients' contacts, or maybe internet or global expansion. If you are an independent, creative person, 5th house, solopreneur, entrepreneur, hey, if you're one of those and you have got a lot of creativity happening here in the 5th house, and it doesn't apply to children necessarily in this example, if you're one of those people, the opposition in the 11th house could see you take something globally huge with Jupiter in this area. Website marketing, international kind of energy. Internet expansion is what I'm seeing for the creative people. This could apply in different ways, though. Say it's regarding your children. There could be an unexpected development in the amount of friendships that are being drawn in around the kids, maybe too many of them at once, because Jupiter in the 11th could see just an abnormal amount of connections and people and social groups and obligations. Some of you parents might be struggling to all the places that the children need to be and the groups and clubs that they're affiliated with. There's just an overwhelming amount of energy in these areas. For Sagittarius without children, this could apply to your personal goals. And maybe one of your goals is to find romance, which is where Uranus is in the 5th house. And that could be sudden, spontaneous, surprise, shock, and development. And if I were you, I would be out and seen around the 2nd if you're single and you want relationship, because I know that not everyone wants it when they're single, but this could work for you because the romance sector, the true love sector of the 5th house, has got the unexpected electrical planet of Uranus in it, and could, create some kind of synchronicity and fate, some kind of serendipity is the word I want to say. Now on the 4th, we have a transit of Venus. A retrograde of Venus at 13 degrees of Aries in this 5th house. So Uranus is conjunct Venus in this sector of romance, which is why I think Sagittarians will be finding love, will be finding at least the dating life, finding that spark, because Venus is assisting in the 5th house. So having this planet of love in the sector of romance, that works. Now she retrogrades through April 15th. Some Sagittarians have a feeling about love from the past, because when planets retrograde, there's a slowing up and a review that tends to draw in past energy. We'll see what we get in the cards, maybe the Six of Cups, nostalgia for the past, connection and emotional connection for romance or relationship from the past. We'll see. But with her retrograding through April 15th, then going direct at 26 degrees of Pisces, she re-enters this entire romance sector for Sagittarius from the 28th of April through June 6th. So you're getting a run at her now, and then she's reviewing who you're meeting. And then she gets to go full speed again with this partnership. So I think Sag is doing well. I think you'll be paired up in March if you take action to do so. You can't be paired up sitting on your couch unless you get a delivery. Let me tell you, stranger things have happened. But you do have to get out of your house if you want to take some action in meeting somebody. You don't have to, but you really should, because this kind of spontaneous conjunction between Uranus and Venus in the 5th house, you could be at the right place at the right time. On the 9th of March, Mars enters Taurus, and this is the planet of energy in your health sector. So this is great for Sag. Workout, diet, regimen, energy to get the health in order. Energy if you haven't been feeling well too, because Mars can replenish a drained 6th house. Say you had some health crises. Mars can give energy where energy was lacked. This is also great for Sag who wants to implement a diet and have it work. You have a 60-day energy with Mars here. So I would take advantage of that. And for those of you getting dental work done, you could find surgeries happening. And I'm drawn to the teeth for the 6th house. Dental work, surgeries could happen, although you really want to watch how you heal with Mars ruling blood and sharp instruments. It's not the best healing energy, but people tend to get work done when Mars enters the 6th house that needed to get done. You know, maybe you've put off handling some crazy molar thing or whatever happens with teeth. I'm not, knock on wood, I'm not one of those dental people. I've never had like bridges and things like that. So some things that have been put off need to be tended to. Let's just keep it that way. On the 12th, there is a full moon at 22 degrees of Virgo in the 10th house of career. Now, Sag, are you ready to retire yet? The full moon in the 10th, for those of you in the age bracket, obviously, there's a closure, but more importantly, there's an awareness here, an illumination of what needs to be seen. What is the vision in the 10th house of status, career, paternal energy, authority figure, boss? The Emperor rules the 10th house. So keep your peepers peeled around the full moon to see what needs to be seen. What is the unveiling of this full moon? And some Sagittarians are closing the door on career. Some of them, you know, I don't wish this, obviously, but for those of you with very old fathers or ailing fathers, this could see a release at the time. Full moons in the 10th bring an ending to the paternal. On the 13th, Mercury enters the sign of Aries. So we've got Mercury, we've got Venus, we've got Uranus. We'll soon have the sun and the new moon all in this fire sign that works for Sagittarius. So all of this energy is in the sign of Aries. That's a sister-brother fire sign. And all of this trines you. So this energy works for you. And Mercury joining the party in the 5th house just means more communication regarding romance. The details and communication with your children are on point for those of you who have them. Mercury in the 5th could see the entrepreneurial or creative types really getting a lot of writing done, writing and editing and analysis of your creative projects are your focus from the 13th through mid-April. So if there are projects that are on hold in the creative realm, artistry, photography, painting, performing, look to the cardinal ingress of March 20th to press play or press enter on that computer and publish that website or put out that record or put out the photo book. The 20th of March is the most powerful catalyst energy day we've had in 9 years, and I'm very excited about it. I don't want Sagittarians to waste this day. Okay, I'm a little ahead of myself, but let me just say, before we reach the 20th, there's a week period of time between the 13th and the 20th where it's very quiet. It's very quiet. It's the last week before the initiating energy of our spring equinox, our vernal equinox in the northern hemisphere, autumnal equinox in the southern hemisphere. Use that week to garner all of your rest, all of your strength, and go full speed ahead on the 20th. Launch the website, perform at the show, go on the casting call, dedicate your day to your business. I can't say it enough. It's a number 1 year in numerology. If you add 2017 together, you deduce the number 10 to a number 1. Numerology exists between patterns of 1 through 9. And we are in an initiating month of the astrological wheel. Our zodiac calendar starts on March 20th. Everything starts in spring. March and Aries govern the head and the tip, the top of the body. It's the initiating start of this catalytic energy. A number 1 year, a number 1 month, the number 1 day. March 20th. I have the chills. It's snowing outside and I'm freezing, but this is more this is more of a chill of insight. So take advantage of that, Sag. Now on the 27th, our new moon at 7 degrees of Aries. Talk about initiating energy. If for some crazy reason you can't get something done on the 20th, your next chance at this is the 27th. And then just go back to bed, because if you don't get those 2 days, you snooze, you lose. The new moon at 7 degrees of Aries is another catalytic energy in the 5th house. For those of you Sagittarians of the right age and wanting this or trying for it, pregnancy is abounding. New moon in the 5th is a new baby. It could be the birth of the child. I think the equinox will see a lot of births as well. I got masculine babies. A lot of boys are coming into the mix. But the new moon on the 27th is also initiating pregnancy and fertility. So focus on that if that's what you're wanting the vision to manifest. All we have is our vision. So keep it fun, make it good, make it work. Let's get the cards going. They're thoroughly shuffled, and if you'd like to read with me, Sag, I read all through the week. I book 7 to 10 days out. If I get cancellations, I totally can fit in people. But right now I'm about a week out. So select your desired reading length on my website, audreyalison.com, and I'll get back to you in an email and set that up. The first card, Justice. This is the card of Libra in the Tarot. It's balance. It has to do with legal situations. It has to do with what is fair and what is just. Where is your reward? Redemption. Let's see what else is here. Wow, she's come up a lot. This is me. Hi, the High Priestess. She came up in the last reading, and this is my favorite card in this deck. This card, these are 2 major arcana cards. Look at that. 2 strong females in robes, honey. They are not playing. And the looks on them are very similar to me. Calm, quiet, discerning, intuitive, knowledge. But more importantly, they don't share what's going on with people. This message came through in one other sign. You don't need to discuss what is happening or what is not happening to anyone. And I'm getting this in a very kind of way, like, Don't do it. Let's see what else is here. Wow, look at this. You've got the moon. This is another major arcana card. Sagittarius, this is major transformation. Major arcana cards are not like the court cards, like a regular deck of playing cards. They go from 2 to ace, or 2 to king, or ace to king, whatever the hell I'm trying to say. These are exceptional high-ranking cards in the tarot. And this moon has everyone emotional. The full moon in Virgo. Also the eclipse energy that we're just coming out of in this month of February. Everybody's getting eclipsed here. So this is the career sector though. This is the Virgo 22-degree full moon. There could be release again of a job here. Let's look at the last card. Wow. I mean, you've got 4 major arcana cards. What is going on here? The Lovers. That's a decision. Now, taking love out of it, taking sex out of it, taking attraction out of it, and I'll get to the other definition too. Applying this to this full moon energy, you could have a decision about your career. You could be offered something that you are quietly discerning and judging and weighing. You see how she's holding those scales? She's weighing her pros and cons in justice. This is Libra. This is also Gemini, air signs. This is Pisces. This is Gemini as well, the Lovers. Interesting. So, God, I mean, this is major. Let me pull one more card to see. Oh my God. What? Hermit. This is another major arcana card. Oh my God. Okay, keep the light on, Sag. Big changes are happening. I don't think I've ever had a reading where 5 cards in these types of readings. When I do personal readings, yes, because I draw much more cards than just these. But for one of these readings, having 5 major arcana cards, really keeping things privately to yourself. 2 very quiet cards, Sag. So this is also quiet, but this is intuition. You're being guided here. Keep your decisions. These are both both air sign energies. Keep them quiet until they're made, and then boom, make those decisions around the vernal equinox or the new moon. But now applying the Lover's card to sex and attraction, some of you Sagittarians have a very strong attraction to an air sign, or someone governed by Mercury, which is Virgo, the Hermit, or Gemini, the High Priestess and the Lovers. There's also Libra here with air. So you might have a trine, a Lover's trine. This card does denote more than one person in the mix. So maybe you are weighing who you're going to end up with. And for some of you, with your ruling planet retrograde, Sag, you might be drawing in past attractions or hearing from them, or you're thinking of these past attractions. And maybe they're one of these signs here, Libra, Virgo, Gemini, maybe even Pisces. But I really am not feeling that for you, even though that's another mutable sign. They square you. Pisces and Sag isn't the best, but the moon here is saying, the full moon is in Virgo as well. Look at that. The full moon in the sign of Virgo, in the 10th house of career, weighing it out, keeping it to yourself, and making your decision. Boom. Have a beautiful month. Bye. No, I'm kidding. That would be so much fun, just to be like, okay, peace. But I think I will wrap it up, to be honest, because what else needs to be said here? It's all about the 5th house. I'm wishing you a sweet month. And remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.